Alright. And wait for it. And wait, still wait for it. We're waiting for it. Do that at least. And welcome back, or to whichever one makes more sense. It is There's Other Works. The stream. I am the shrine, and I am not set up. I should have set up, but I wanted to actually get this done. I actually wanted to get it started real quick. Ignore this right now. Well, yeah, so today we are looking, where in the world is it? Where in the world is it? It's always hiding, well, yes, get that out of here. That. But today we're going to be doing two things, or three things, depending on how you count them. One is we are going to be transferring the timeline onto Campfire Pro, which I just got. Also, this is the timeline, by the way. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, well, let's try that again. Okay, get you out of here. 365 up here. Let's try again. Open story. Okay. We need to transfer all of this over to a place that makes slightly more sense. Make it a bit easier to actually read and manage. So far I got up to Aurora Mach 2. Yeah, I'm only that far. That's very much a thing. Also, after 12, also around 12 o'clock, when we get this stream done, I'll switch over to Pokemon and play that, because I've been meaning to play it. I've been meaning to play it, as another stream, or I've been meaning to play it for the last few days, just haven't been able to. Been just too busy with other nonsense. Such as this nonsense, which I need to do. Also, I'm going to be working on my tabletop game and my tech demo for my video game. And RPG Maker, so look forward to that if we get to it. I plan on being very ADD about this. I'm going from one project to another, so you'll get variety on this stream, that's for sure. Where in the world is the thing I am? Well, yes, we need you up here too. Open in Bowser, what is this nonsense? I just want. Why do we have? What do we have open? Let me press the document 14. Yeah, here. Also, we need to have open the base game too. Also, we're gonna need to we're going to need to do some. We're going to need to do some graphic design as well to make a PDF for. There we go. To make a PDF for transferring the characters in not this one, the other one. In this one over, so we can use them in Tabletop Simulator. Okay, let's get set up. So first thing, we'll be transferring just some friggin' we're transferring the dates. Something nice and easy. And by the way, my other works, I'm also an author, also word builder, I guess, also pixel artist, also game dev, just flat game dev, because I work on tabletop games and video games. Can you confuse which games I work on, or which industry I've kind of tried to get into, but anyway. And they all, as you can tell by my group, by my video group, they all work back into video games somehow. Because there's other category that makes more sense. Alright, so yeah, Campfire Pro, it's really nice. You can get for like 20% off now on that element, that event. But it's here. Way better than having to deal with this nonsense. But this nonsense is not bad. If the only thing you have to make timelines is PowerPoint, you're doing pretty good. Alright. I saw, okay, Hypersonic Fighter. Next is Deus Island is discovered in the center of a triangle. Copy this. Paste it. Oh, whoops. Paste it here. Now we gotta figure it out. I wish these had individual scroll wheels. They don't. Okay, we want to actually shorten that. Also, we need to have these be connected by one mesh. Yeah, there we go. Now I want to cut you. You don't have the option to cut. I have weird. Okay, never mind then. There we go. Click in. Deus Island is discovered. So the description of your event. And then we copy the entire thing. There we go. Yeah, why did you do this? Wait. Oh, double click. Double click. There we go. That's how you use it. I'm still learning it. Each writing helper has its own quirks. Okay, I'm on right now. Hide on screen. Probably off screen. Well, off screen for the moment. I think go to major color set. They didn't remain. That's not good. I'll go ahead and go with this. There we go. Okay. That element. I hope this scrolls forever. I really do. I don't know if it does or not. So yeah, in like 10 minutes we'll switch over to just like doing something else because this is kind of not most exciting. I mean, you are getting glimpses into the world I'm building, which is nice. It goes here. Then we copy and paste. Oh no! Why do you do this? You can copy it. You can't cut. It's weird. Also, because my sinus says I'm having drainage going between my nose and my mouth, which is causing me to snort. Sorry, trying to get cleared. If you can even hear it, I don't know if you can even hear it. I don't know if you can even hear it. Alright, so three and the pirates. Pirates. There's 9. It's Captain Blue. Perfect. Not perfect. Perfect. Alright. basically in my system, the second like this is describing the faction. If it does not become a faction, it's just an event. That's the system I worked with on PowerPoint to make it make sense. So yeah. Third World War, a war where no one was neutral. Also, also Campfire Pro does not have a thing called spell checking. Oh, it was fun. Oh wait, you're turning on. My surface is turning on. I need to put my other mouse there. There we go. Okay, that's like that for not talking spell check it. So then we branch out to the side for that. Which we're going to do right now. Actually, yeah, play here instead. Alright. 24 event. Now what should we call it? Basically what happened at the very beginning of the war was the EC basically just spammed anti-satellite weapons, wiping out pretty much every satellite that didn't have their name on it in orbit, which if you do that, that's going to cause tons of debris flow around, clouding low Earth orbit, making it basically unsurvivable to any non-shielded, heavily armored satellite or any satellite basically that's not so cheap that it doesn't really matter if it gets destroyed at any time from 2 seconds from its launch to 5 years later. Basically, yeah. That was a thing. Had to be cleaned up later, but it had to be cleaned up later in the war. Was it cleaned up after the war or later in the war? I think it was during. No, it was after. I think it was after. But anyway. Yeah, but what would be a name for it? I guess orbit. Debris. It's a debris. Crisis. Orbit debris crisis. Starts. It's very press D. And then we put it in the soft description of the event. On screen, it would it would be on screen. Magnitude major, color set, I guess. for it to be blue because it's neutral, it's just an event. In logic, you should be that color as well. And also the ISS was protected because forethought, and it had to test out plasma shields in orbit anyway. So it was actually, given a test version of plasma shields, which was only the U.S. Navy flagship, a real gun battleship, the USS Puerto Rico, and the ISS. So until you were the only plasma shield generators to exist because they were insanely big and required so much power to actually use. So it wasn't really anything else in World War III. However, later on after the war, they become very widely used to the point of if you have money, you have plasma shields. There's not much difference. World Mach 3 is made. Flown. Yeah, it does go down forever, it looks like. Fantastic. Alright, we'll get to the golden era and then move on, and then let's do something else. Like, let's do some actual world building, not just copy and paste. Why are you being so different? Yeah, another issue with using, good stuff. Another issue with using PowerPoint as a template. Wow, I sneezed, alright. Next, into. There's a key there into production. Definitely on screen. It's actually on screen already. Well, not on screen, but it's basically retold in my first book. So it's technically already on screen. I will count that as on screen. This will be on screen as well. I'm going to you know what? Of anything we've done so far that is kind of minor, despite being like the main tank of Green and Blue. Come on. Sure, close enough. Yeah, switching. Alright. Okay, just one more actually. Well, two more technically, but still. Okay, that goes in short description. No, while you do this, I was trying to copy you. Actually, that should be a new event. Okay, that one hopefully were wrong. No, it's fine. It's just weird. Alright. Quirky. Now, different factions are formed in the Middle East. The Independent Arab Union and the Free. Oh, I didn't actually copy the last of it. Okay. Is this actually gonna fit? I'm guessing no, it doesn't. Yeah, that should definitely go. Why you move this? I don't know why you can't use basic Windows functions in this software. It's so silly, but it's still nice. Free Alliance Diagram, which is basically Israel and Kurdistan, because that is pretty much the only thing they have in common. They would actually have a name the actual name that I would think that the name that they could actually use that would make sense without being just standard for union of something. And finally, for the earlier Deer's Island is built. And there are actually some events we could put in this now, which I don't have on the timeline. Yeah, we can have some minor events. To my first book. Let's bring it up here. Where do we go? That's not my first book. That is probably going to be my second. Close stuff. There it is. No, okay, no. Where in the world did I say what I'm looking for? There's two events we're going to look for. One was actually referenced recently, and one was referenced recently on my Deviant Art for Germany. So the other one is referenced later on in this. It's basically the first one is rather silly, and I had to have a rather silly name in the island makeup. Where how the Bay God's name of Founder's Love was when Dur proposed to Luck, where they would basically eventually make their house on Dur's Island, overlooking the bay, and that's where he's got its name from. And then the other one is the name of the silly, massive 3-mile tall tower, which basically serves as all of the government functions for Green and Blue and Dur's Island. It is it's named Founder's Flag because that's where Dur first placed the flag in order to, where he was considered the city at. So I need to find that in this to reference this on the timeline. Also, something we might be doing later is taking all the information I get from the vehicles and somehow putting it on the timeline. And that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a big thing. Oh god, this is not the right place. Return to base. Here it is. Perfect. Yes. That's not what I'm looking. That's the wrong one. New event. Thanks for the like. It's made. And now I'm going to the magical ability of copying and pasting. That's good enough. Try this again anyway. Take out some of the language, which doesn't need to be in there. And therefore just a general description of a timeline. Oh, 2027. Yeah, okay, that was actually prior. Question mark? That's so not legit. But it will work for this moment. Actually, you there. Sure, I'll take it. There. This is yes. And next, delete. No, click on delete, because that makes sense. Also, I need to find the reference for Dur's flag. I think that's later on. Public servant. It's runner somewhere. Actually, it's right before that. There we go. Towers, there's flag. Did I know. I swear. What did I actually put for how it's got? It's saying planted the flag of first flag of GB, which built there's city over. Okay, I'm gonna have to have fun with that. Alright. Will that be, or would that be before or after but the Bayfounder itself gets its name? Could that be way before? That could actually be way before. Actually, could be way over here. Oh, there's island is discovered. Got it. Actually, you don't need to be there like that. Well, so let's not be capitalized. Did it happen that year or not? Is the question. There's another question. I think it would actually. It would have happened that year. Hey, world building, and world building stream. Fantastic. What's the novel idea? 24, there we go. Yeah, 2023. GNB. There's flying plants. Flag. Where first GNB out post and then city. That's to weigh some of that better. And then city at first. Okay. They're showing plants a flag, a flag where the first GNB outpost and then city will be founded. Will that fit? I'm guessing. Oh yeah, it's fine. Alright, 2023 GNB. They're spawning plants a flag where the first GNB outpost and then city will be founded. Sounds awkward to me, but close enough for me as well. Also, can we cop? No, we can't even. Oh, we gotta do it by hand. We can't move in the big group. Oh, jeez. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, I can imagine it getting very bad though. Also, this is my second time actually using the software, but it's not bad. It could be a tiny bit better, but it could be have features that this has, but still, it's nice. And also you keep everything in one place, in one piece of software instead of across two, and a bunch of files. So that's also a plus. But anyway, also auto saves or something. I should figure that out. This story, definitely. Control S. Alright, so that's early era. There actually the entire timeline can go here, so let's actually rename this near future. Because there's 6 eras and 2 settings there's 6 eras / settings. Well, there's 6 eras in one setting, and they're split into 2 groups. We got group 1 and we got near future and far future. It used to just be 4 eras. Earlier, Golden Era, Fall Era, and Space Golden Era. But Space Golden Era was far too long. It stretched a good 500 years. Solar Era split it up for ease of making sense of it, because it's just a lot of time and a lot of space as well. So I split it up. So we got the early era going just 10 years. It starts in the beginning of the timeline when the first portable railgun is made, and goes until their city is founded. Covers World War III as a major event. Covers the very beginning of Green&Blue as a major event. Covers formation of the Grand Unions as a major event. Then goes into the Golden Era, the first name era. The Golden Era goes from 2030 to 2066. It goes from their city number 1 being founded, Deers Island, all the way to 2066, where the fall begins. The Golden Era is basically, in IRL, it's the first era that I really worked on when I was a kid. That was the first era I played, and that's where Power Armor Watch comes from mostly. And yeah, whereas early eras made the service to Golden Era. The fall came to me in a dream, like a series of dreams, where it was basically just an adventure dream. That was weird. I have adventure dreams, by the way. Which I just made up their name, made up the name right now, where I just go through adventure when dreaming. And in the fall era, it's the beginning of the Changers. It's the shift from different nations, or in this case, different unions and grand unions. A grand union, by the way, is basically when you take a union, like the European Union, the African Union, and make a country out of it. Or it's just a silly, powerful union. For example, the EU becomes a nation state, the African Union becomes a nation state as well. The Dawn Union is formed, taking all the Pacific nations and East Asian Asian nations left, and combining them into one gigantic union. There's also NASCAR, which of course has a union in it already called the United States of America, which is technically a union, technically not. It's weird, but the NASCAR is the grand union of all the Americans, of all the countries in the Americas, and the territories overseas as well. And yeah, and it goes on the Solar Colony era after the Fall era is complete, and basically Solar Colonies is the Expanse. It's there to service the Space Golden Era and give something to people that want to see more realistic space nonsense. I mean, it's still not going to be the most realistic thing in the world because the IHE exists in it, shields exist in it. Albeit my shields are realistic and my IHE could happen. The IHE, by the way, is basically, it's an early idea I thought of how you could make the hydrogen fuel cell better by just combining it with a hydrogen, filter, or I don't know what they're actually called, but it basically, something that pulls hydrogen from the air and splits it from water, or splits oxygen from hydrogen from water in order to make hydrogen. Not make hydrogen, but, have hydrogen, make it exist in the hydrogen form instead of the water form. But anyway, so the IHE basically combines a hydrogen fuel cell by producing water, by inputting hydrogen and oxygen to produce water. Instead, you split water to produce hydrogen and oxygen, and then feed them back into it itself in order to get more power. It's a looping device. So basically, if you take more energy from it, it will have to overproduce, and thus waste efficiency on just producing more. So it will drain its supply. As long as you don't overdo it with the IHE, it will never run out of stuff until it actually does, which is a very long time. Also can pull water from air, pour hydrogen from air, pull hydrogen, or airspace, wherever hydrogen might be, or pull it from water if you just dump water into it. So it's a very versatile device, and breaks a lot of things, which in the Expanse, or an early space colonization, or expansion as it's called in as it's called in the Diverse, it basically breaks most things because you don't have to worry about fusion unless you want to worry about fusion. Which the Changers broke fusion already. They made a better fusion, which is basically just simply making a star. a tiny little star that's about the size of a room, and they're using magic by using basically magic to compress gravity in a certain area to make a star. Because in order to make a star, you just need a lot of pressure. That basically you could take Jupiter and make it into a star rather easily if you could somehow squeeze Jupiter to make it into a star. So basically, you need material and you need pressure, and that's what you get. So basically, yeah, it's a theory I have. It probably doesn't work, but who cares? It works enough for science fiction at the moment. It works enough for my setting anyway. So basically, there's no fusion because fusion was skipped over in order to just make a star. And that's what the Unity uses in the solar colonies era and the space colony era as well. But anyway. So the Solar Colonies era lasts from 2117 to 2266. It starts at the end of the Fall era with the formation of the Unity. No. Actually, no. It starts when the Changers join the Unity, because the Unity actually started existing beforehand, and with peace on Earth, and then space elevator, and then starting out trying to build space, such as Space Elevator and Space Center. And then what starts the Space Golden Era, the second main era, which is where my second book is being set in this one. It starts with the creation of the first FTL drive, known as their drive, or such a drive as we know later. And it lasts until the Galactic Expansion era in 2700, and that lasts until the year 3000, where in 2700 it's the beginning. In 2700, Hymenea is expanded to 1/3 of the galaxy. So basically, we own like 3 arms of the galaxy or something like that. I haven't actually looked up how much. They're not owned, but we're in. Like one or two. We're in like 2 or 3 arms of the galaxy. And then from there we go on to doing the rest of the galaxy. I expanded the Space Golden Era, a few hundred, like 100 to 200 years to give it more time after you meet aliens to still have the Space Golden Era. Because the aliens were always a thing in the Space Golden Era. Were also always not always being a thing. So that's why for the first half of it or so, there's no aliens. Second half, it's aliens with aliens. With the first aliens being found in the core. So basically, how they've been exploring the galaxy, how humans have explored the galaxy in their story is, or in their verse, is by going up the arms to the core, then going down the arms from the core. As basically trying to jump between the arms is considered dangerous, similar to Pacific flights today or Atlantic flights 50 years ago. It's not the most, or not even 50 years ago. Like, I don't know, 80 years ago, like 1960s and before. It's not the most routine thing you can do, and only people who really want to do it. Like, it's mostly an emergency thing. So yeah, I guess the better example is crossing the entire Pacific in one flight. You can do it. Recently an airliner has done it. It's just, do you want to do it? Because there's no resources there. Hydrogen would be very limited for Green&Blue, and material for and just material in general for the Unity, as they use nanostar drives, which are nanostars, which are the compressed sun, effectively, which they siphon off plasma from to get for their engines and weapons, and just use it as a power plant, and also they got feed it with basically anything they find. If you find, as long as it isn't stuff that kills stars, you can feed it into it, and it will be fine, more or less. So no iron for the star. No iron. That'd be bad. Iron in the star's fight is not a good thing. All right, but anyway, after explaining the timeline, let's do something else. So let's save we'll keep it open in case we want to return to it in this stream. But let's looking at my novel art and game makers as well. Let's actually work on the tech demo. Because I have not worked on this in a while. In this series, this stream, there's other works of. Hi, Simon. Okay. Oh, one sec. Okay. This series will replace both my wolf building and writing streams, as well as their game deving. It'll be a mix of everything, so I can basically just sit and think about what to do and then do it instead of having to switch streams or whatnot. So there's works will be replacing all of them. It will now be in one big stream where I just do my other work on camera. But anyways, hi Samuel K. Transatlantic flights were difficult until the jet engine was developed. That's why American made a lot aircraft carriers for World War II. Yeah. It's basically like that for jumping between arms. But anyway, so what I wanted to do in the third episode of Der Game Devin is basically I wanted to create the armory and vehicle bay. So let's do that. I need to make a new map. No, world inside. Sci-fi inside. Let's do hangar first. Not hangar, vehicle bay, since it's easier. Background, don't need that. Okay. Bam. Now we just need to draw it using one of these. I do plan on I do plan on making my own art for this. It's just gonna take a while for me to do everything I need to do in order to make this look like it's my own production instead of being stock RPG Maker. So far, the only thing I made for this, it takes time to load. The only thing I made for this is the command building, and I want to update it as well. And it looks really nice, I just need to make, basically the main things I want to make for this right now is the military base and Dur's flag, and as well as the community the community that Duraloose have their house in, which is basically an exclusive community for people that are favored by Duraloose, pretty much. So, or Dur and Luck, pretty much, so they can basically live with them, like the heroes of the world and nonsense like that. And also, it's like an honor, and it's kind of hard to explain, but anyway. And he makes that as well. I also need to make the gun spot. I need to make the I need to make the rail cannon spires as well, instead of having these towers, by the way. That's gonna be okay. And we need things like a dauntless to fill the role of bomber, because bomber is going to fit on aircraft carriers. I actually didn't know that. But anyway, I knew the dauntless, but I didn't know that they was made specifically because we couldn't fit bombers on carriers. Similar again. That's cool. You can make a few in the galactic outposts outside the arms, maybe, and you can make their morality a questionable thing, like there could be pirates on entities in the void. Oh, actually, that is a good idea. That actually is a really good idea. Like have the pirate faction and the pirates, road changers, and reds all have bases out in the middle of the galactic arms, and later golden era and early expansion era. Because they're the rogue factions in the space golden era, well, and basically the far future era of their story. The Reds are basically a different species of humans because they genetically modify themselves so much that they don't look human anymore. In fact, my mom's first response about hearing their description of what a Red looks like is, oh, they're aliens. I'm like, that's the point, but they're actually human. They're from the EC, which they're from the last two EC members, which is Russia and China, who basically thought the Changers were trying to kill them and basically nuke Beijing and nuke Moscow, which were uber mega cities by then, which probably took up most of the continent, most of Asia and both of their camps, and basically nuked them, took off with their favored people, and made arcs, made massive spaceships similar to the Eldar and 40K, and basically just been a problem ever since, trying to reclaim their lost glory and kill all machines and try to reclaim Earth and other colonies claimed by Green and Blue or the Unity. Rogue Changers are just mad that other Changers have decided to reject their way and go with the Unity. And the pirates are the pirates. They do what they say on the tin. The pirates. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, where are the tiles that I need? Actually, what tile do I use here? Right click. If I remember, that's how you do things. Nope. Wait. Background, there we go. Let's try that again. It's been a while since I did this, so right click, left click, perfect. Does vehicle bay actually use different? Actually, does vehicle bay use different tiles? Probably not. And also, I need like default vehicles. Are there any default vehicles I can use in this set? No, I'm gonna need my own vehicles. Fine, that's fine. No, that's not fine. That's fine. Right, hold on, no. Hack room. Oh, wait, lobby. There we go. And all three, and then like, yeah, that's gonna be event. What? Event. New. Login, stepping, fix. Alright. Now, this is what I meant to do in their story. Not their story, but in their game Devon episode 3, which show you how you actually make a room and how you connect the rooms. So, an event. Events are your friends. Events are the only things besides the background that you can manipulate in an RPG Maker. Events are your NPCs. Events are your items on the ground. Events are your pretty much everything. They're including your doors. So in order to cross this event to the other event, we simply may... Wait, no. Action button. Player touch. Low characters. Same as characters. Actually, fucking stepping through, I think. Yes. Apply. Sim-okay. I like the RPG Maker they have for 3DS. I use it. I use that sometimes. Yeah. Actually, that's the first time I've heard anyone talk about RPG Maker on anything but PC. Yeah, no, it's really good. It's just limited, but it's good to get started with, and they do have it on Switch too. Fine. Yeah, that's not one either. I know there's a cheat sheet version. Quick event creation. Transfer. From lobby to vehicle bay. Yes. There we go. Now I make one just plain. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna use the cheat sheet version. No, not a door. Oh, this one that has doors too is using events, which I find to be weird, but that's how it works. Transfer to vehicle bay. Oh, I need to actually click on the vehicle bay one, right? I don't have any vehicle bay ones. We need to fix that, but anyway. Okay, now I just want one here, just in case. Okay, there we go. Just leave it for now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the event creation door. So 1. Again, it's been a while. Lobby. Click on you. Done. That's okay. They didn't add more custom elements, but besides that, is a lot of fun. Yeah. It was my actually first choice, and after looking at a lot of game engines that are meant for beginners, it's pretty much my only choice, mainly because of how supported it is by the community. Like, there's also another one I'm looking at, which is SRPG Studio, and it's basically RPG Maker, but it's for tactical RPGs. We are moving around on the map instead of RPG Maker, where it flashes and then you're in a battle. So SRPG is mostly meant for making games like mostly meant for making games like trying to think of it, but oh man, what's that one series that Marth is from? But yeah, it's mostly meant for making that. So from this event, 1, 2, 3, 4, event. 1, 2, 3, 4, event. Hey, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. There you go, click on it, perfect. Okay, now we want to put the doors down. It's not Kingdom Hearts, it's but yeah, but basically it's RPG Maker, but you can move people around the map. And it seems to be more generous to making different stats. But I'll work with it as soon as I figure out RPG Maker first, because that's a thing. So okay, that'd be cool for space combat. You could program the ships to move like characters in Fire Emblem. Yes, it's Fire Emblem. I don't know how I forgot. But yeah, basically, yeah, pretty much. Like you can do, like it's as limited as RPG Maker is, but it allows you for movement, which is nice. But anyway, I mean, not saying that you can't make RPG Maker have movement in RPG Maker. It's just that it's really, really hard. I actually shouldn't have walls there. So right click, left click, left click. Right click. This vehicle will be bigger than it is, though. Bigger than this map. Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. Where must go? It's on the wrong screen. There we go. Now let's have continuation of the weapons, racks, or whatever this is. Whoops. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, everything's relied on tiles in RPG Maker as well. Events and tiles. Because it's going for that SNES era of RPGs the most. Although you can have much better graphics than they did in SNES, like for example an Aerofall Aerofell has a lot of really good graphics. And despite being an RPG Maker game, it's just managing to fit the graphics on 48 by 48 tiles. Is the that's for character sprites. I'm not quite sure how big these tiles are, but I'm guessing they're the same. And then you need to have that thing be completed. So, chair thing. There we go. Now we get another chair. One, two, chair. One, two, chair. Actually, yeah. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Yes, sure. I think we're next to each other. Grenades face them out differently. Yeah, they are. Alright, so like imagine a vehicle being here. It's just empty right now because they don't have the heart for it. Totally not because they're not out on trial or out doing trials or anything or patrolling the island. Totally not. There's no actual reason why I don't have that right now. But it'll be fine. What else can I do for the vehicle bag? Make it look like it's to make me look more. Actually, that's where the door goes down to. Oh, it's a screen. Okay, that's what that is. There you go. Alright. Adding a bit of variety. Alright, welcome back, Sim, you okay? Somebody needs to go here for variety. Make it look more lived in or worked out of. Oh wait. There we go. That is container. Boxes. Alright. So from the vehicle bag, you're going to go to the armory. Unless there's a better place to put the armory. There's probably a better place to put the armory. There probably isn't a better place to put the armory. So I'm going to do the cheat thing. I still don't actually do the not cheat thing. Actually, let's have the vehicle bay not be just ginormous. Um, because it doesn't have any real reason to be, because this is the top main command building, for Green and Blue, where basically, I mean, the vehicles here are probably prototypes or they're for training. Like for example, okay, I should, instead of asking, okay, to help out with this question, I should be asking the question, how does it fit in the game? In the game, this is where you're going to go get vehicles to go try them out, to go test them. Because the idea for the tech demo is to basically, for me to just put all the ideas, put all my ideas for a game into one place, and see how they work out in RPG Maker. Like, for example, driving vehicles. So the top main command building probably has all the vehicles Green and Blue has, and allows the new recruits to test drive them. So does the vehicle bay need to be ginormous? Yes, I think it still does. To be honest with you, but still, okay. So this is fine. Yeah, actually, this is fine. Let's make another map. New one. We want inside. Name later. I don't want. No, I want you to go under the lobby. There we go. I need the floors again. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm just making it more complicated for myself. Because I got 3 different floor types. Okay, this goes off by 4. Off the right side. 1. Actually, it starts here. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine, but that's okay. And then just goes to rest. And the event is on the side like that. So now we want to make an event, right click, new. Actually, do it. It won't left click. I mean right click. Transfer to that one. Alright, what other things make sense in vehicle bay? Which, by the way, the vehicle bay is how I've always pronounced, it's how I always pronounce War Factory from Command & Conquer. And it's basically the same concept of where you store vehicles or where vehicles are being made. So, yeah, another crate. Okay, switch background. So we can back again. Welcome back again. Whoops, that's the door. Let's just have this be a massive crate, because why not? Or container. There we go. There we go. I'm sorry, my phone died. Aww. When that happens. At least you haven't had your laptop die when you were streaming. That's something that happens and it's horrible. I mean, not streaming, recording. Streaming is fine. Recording is terrible. That's a store thing. Well, actually. I think this is where we cut the vehicle bay at. Okay, maybe some docks for each ship to land and be repaired like in Star Wars. Yeah, the tech demo takes place in the near future, and this is basically for ground vehicles. So basically, all types of tanks and stuff like that. So okay, maybe we could have little landing pads with various tools around for decoration. Maybe, yeah, I think so, but I'm kind of limited on how to make the floors. Actually, what is this? What does this look like? Actually, okay, we'll fix that. And basically show where the vehicles can be parked at. Now each square is probably probably a meter. And I gotta remember exactly how big a swarm wheel super heavy battle tank is. They're huge. They're like 27 feet across. So, we got a math question. $8 meters. Okay, that's good enough for me for right now. Alright, so 8 meters, and it's basically a square. So, bam! 8 meters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll have a little thing on the side. So, here. Now, these could constrict your movement, which would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. One, two, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh my word, it just barely fits. Corner. Now I hope you can actually walk through the entirety of this nonsense. Instead of these like being catwalks or something, that'd be weird. I mean, they are catwalks, but I hope they don't restrict your movement. Gotta have these for beat. Actually, is there a better hold than that? There we go. Like a little parking spot. And you'll see, and then when you first walk in, you'll see this gigantic tank, which is also the main tank for Green and Blue, because when you're so few, you might as well bring the biggest guns you could possibly bring to a fight. So let's half that for the smaller vehicles, for the medium size. And again, I hope you can actually walk on this, but I don't think it'll actually matter though. Like these are like the pits you walk in when you're like these are like pits that you walk in for changing the oil, changing the treads, stuff like that. Maybe the floor jacks are the big or the brownish concrete. Alright, and we can actually stop the vehicle by here as well. So lobby, we will go on for a few bits, then transition into... Oh, actually, the armory could be on the other side of this... Actually, on the other side of this wall here is more rooms. Actually, will that even make sense? But that actually... that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense at all. Because the rooms start here, and on that left wall in the right hallway, it should practically just be hallway, is where all the, like this area is, all the more mechanical areas. So that wouldn't work at all. But, and actually, yeah, we got 3 spaces before it hits wall. In my complicated way of making maps. So the armory will probably be through one of these doors. It's through that door, actually. It's through that door. Actually, whoops. It's through that door. That makes more sense to me. Now I switch over to this. Oops. And then here, probably a recreation area for the mechanics. I don't know. Like I feel like it should be there. I don't know why it should be there, but it feels right. Oops. Put it in background mode. I kind of don't like that being a card table, but we'll probably have to do for a second. That's fine. That's fine. There's no card table there. Okay, did you ever play DBZ Buzz for Fury for Game Boy Advance? I don't think I've ever heard of it. What is it? Um, oops. And then, like, these could be some sort of, like, testing area, testing devices. Right, onto the armory. Got 10 minutes before Pokemon. So thanks for the like. We're now up to 2 likes. That's a 0. That's not a no. So okay, it's Dragon Ball Z action RPG for Game Boy Advance. The assets in this looks really similar to what was used in that game. Oh, really? Huh. I'll have to look up screenshots of that. But yeah, no, they're going for stuff that, that's the Something in my throat. But the assets in this game are supposed to be very generic. So they could look like many other games and would work for most people to put in their games, but not most people. What is this? Oh, okay. Nothing I'm really working on. Nothing that I'm working on would actually need that, whatever that is. Alright, so the armory. How is the armory going to look? The armory be its own room. Its own freaking massive room. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then okay, so it's on the fourth one. Doors on the fourth one. Let me fill that in. Scratch here. Find the mouse. Armory time. And now we gotta make a store. We're also gonna make a store. I haven't made a store yet. I have not made a store yet. We need stuff that's lengthwise. Unfortunately, it doesn't exactly exist. Also, the default assets in RPG Maker are very vertically focused. They're supposed to be like all the tile sets are supposed to be facing the down of the, looking down on the screen. There are not many that look left or right or down. Or up. So that's something that you gotta just work with if you're using stock assets. What can I do for an edge of the shelf? Actually. That's actually good enough. These girders are, these girders are actually good enough. Actually. And that's some horizontally stuff. And now a desk. What did I do for the desk in the top company office? Okay, they're tops of bookcases. It's close enough. It honestly is close enough. That's just slightly more metallic though. Oh, my word, that's actually good enough. It's more clinical, I think. Now we need an event. It goes here. It goes on the object that you can't actually move, and then the person behind it goes goes behind it, but they're just there. So, armory keep, image. Contents. Show text. Base. Very much placeholder. Placeholder is placeholder. Alright, geezer. What can I help? Oh, that's nice. Oh. Alright, geezer. What can I get? Yeah. That's all exactly. There's no kind. Okay, I love the American plane design. We were like, the P-51 doesn't have enough fuel or pilots to fly all the way to Korea in one sitting. What if we combine two by the wings and call it oh yeah. And then the A-10. We have this awesome gun. Do we need a plane to go with it? I guess so. Let's just add wings and two engines and make it nearly impossible to kill. That's good enough. Alright, now I gotta get now it has to give us items, so there's change gold, change weapons. I don't think change is the right idea. Select item? That's a thing. That's a whole new okay, that's a thing. Regular item. That's still a thing. Change child saddle. That's what if you want it. Oh, that's interesting. You remember where that? I can't remember where that is. Open safe screen in case you don't want people saving in the menu. Change actor images. Change vehicle images. Yeah, I think it's select item. Or not, it can't be. Change items? Ah, it is change items because you're changing the value. Okay. Yeah, so basically, RPG Maker can be very cryptic. I had to look up. I had to look up an LP. I had to look up a entire tutorial series, which I forget the guy's name, but there's only a few on YouTube, and I had to look him up and actually, and this even by watching it, the series on it, it's still kind of cryptic for me. So I need to make a new item. So let's make items. And we'll be back. Oh no. Apply. Oh whoops, that's bad. Edit. Image none. Yes, none. Yeah, let's actually playtest this. No. Right, save is... It's what I should be. And by the way, it's something neat. RPG Maker Envy, powered by NVIDIA. I have to do it. I have to. Yes, I got tile music finally. Now I need to make a tile background and have credits to the artist in the description. I mean, in the here. But this is music that was made by Bagel Bites, which he follows Permo Dialogue, and we were talking, and I actually got permission to use this actually pretty awesome music as the title screen music. It probably would be a placeholder. I want to keep it though as tile music for take them out at least. But I still want to make my own with. Okay, that's actually new game. I'll show you how to actually add music in a second. It actually has the name of the music and everything. I think it's CBZ. We'll see in a second. I forget. But anyway, I do have this LMSS, which allows you to make music. The tech music is by far the best program I found for just getting in and trying to do it. Open existing project. Test song. So basically, I want the music for the tech demo to be a mix between Free Boy, which is the Game Boy music emulator. It's based off of people using the Game Boy to use it as an instrument, pretty much, to make music with, and Niska Line, which people are doing the same thing to NES. And these are both emulators of them. The best I got right now. It's very basic, I know, but we'll get there eventually. The music is hard for me, somehow. But anyway, so using standard RPG Maker controls. Click on the friggin' thing. There we go. Arrow keys. The events over here, but this is what the top main command building looks like. By itself. I made that in Sprite Stack, which allows you to draw sprites on the screen and in individual layers to make a 3D model. It's pretty excellent, as you can see. And I'll be using that for overworld stuff, and probably other stuff as well. So here we come into the building. Talk to the lady. See, without the event in front of her, we can't talk to her through the desk. So talk to her at the desk. Welcome to Top Main Command Base, the Citadel. How may I be of service? Where can you get gear and items? Oh, you're looking for an armory. It's just north of the vehicle bay, past the door on your left. Yep. Door left, vehicle bay. Bam. Whoops. That wasn't very great. Neither of them were very great. Fantastic. I was fearing that. I think, yeah, you have to do it both ways. So that's what we're going to do. Do them both ways. Oh, I got him. Okay. Player SE move, then transfer player. So you gotta put. So if you want your events to do without cheating, you have to do it this way. Gotcha. I'm transferring to the same lobby, so I want to actually transfer player. So I gotta look on the third page. Not on the third page. I want to look at the second page. Transfer player. 2 still gives you the same thing. To this map. Not that map. Vehicle bay. To there. Yes. Destination with failure boats. Fly okay. Aha, you figured out. We figured out how to make these without cheating. Fantastic. Oh, you just edited it. Oh, that's fantastic. You could be down. Okay. We only go one. No, we do need to go both ways. To the vehicle bay. We don't want that. Transfer player. Whoops. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing things wrong. Edit. I'm going to vehicle bay extra is what I'm going to call this eventually. Okay, let's try this again. Maybe I should make that an ask option, to be honest. Do you want to go to the main command building? Well, say yes. Whoops. Oh no. Run! Go through it. Oh, what was that? Oh, I might tell you to go to the same place. I think I am. Ooh, actually, I think I'm doing something wrong, so let's try it this way. Let's redo it. Let's cheat. Event creation. Okay, you stay there for right now. Basically, pop right there. Well, the nice thing about RPG Maker is you can have really fast. As long as you have, I mean, you're only limited by your animation speed, and they should work. Yes. Yes. Okay, sit in the couch. I'm curious. Nope. No sitting couch. And which, by the way, RPG Maker has hard programmed titles to be non-pass through. So yeah, worry about that when you're making your own tile sets, but it's rewarding. Oh, whoops, that's failed. That's why you playtest, so you don't have the most obvious fails ever. Actually, this one's probably correct. It is most correct. Yes. Okay, now we should talk to the event. Oh yeah, I know what happened. I didn't actually tell it to be. I didn't actually tell you it was player interaction that triggered it. That fixed. Change characters. Action button. Action button. There we go. Let's try that again. Also, the tech demo is going to be for free. I'm going to try to get it on Steam, but we'll see about we're going to see how that experience works. But I'm going to try to get it on Steam, just the tech demo by itself. And then I'll make and then there's going to be I'm going to do it the old id style, also known as the old style, where you put the demo of the first chapter for free, and then the rest of it's going to be paid for with multiplayer being free. That's like the style I'm going for right now, a payment style. But we'll see how things change in the future. Oh, there we go. Welcome to the Armory, Peacer. Welcome to Armory, Peacer. What can I get you? Perfect. That works perfectly. Yes. Alright, now we got to figure out how many items. Alright. Also, I need to make them in pixel art. We'll see how that's gonna work too, because I need to make like a ton of animations for it too. It's auto rod rifle. We have all of these. It's just that oh, it's weapons. Oh, it's weapons. That makes sense. Okay, so change weapon? Yes, that's a thing. Actually, is there a shop command? And this is for your healing crystals and whatnot. Oh! Got it. Nope, don't got it. I just lost it. I almost got it, but yeah. How do you make shops? Because I know shop in RPG Maker is its own menu. So it has to be around here somewhere. Cutscenes and whatnot. Shop processing, that's what I want. Oh. Whoops. Shop processing, that's what I want. It was under processing because of course it is. Weapons. What's the variable? Increase. Items, plates. How do you set the price? Aha! We figured it out. You have to click on it. What a novel concept. Standard, what is this standard price? I'm making everything from scratch. I guess standard price is whatever you make it as. Aha! You figured it out. All the rifle. Just whatever. Just whatever price is whatever. Notice you gotta pick up all pirates, sponsor shield, standard normals. Sure, why not? I have to get rid of these. Aha! There, so it changes the game. But yeah, so my eventual goal with the There's On Tech demo is for is to start searching. Is to basically for it to be basically a playground to play with, making RPG Maker and just allowing the player to do all the There's story things. Go on missions, help out around the city, try all the stuff like that. It will at least be infantry based. At most, it will be vehicle. I mean, at most, be vehicles, but still. What can I get you? It's the shop. We don't have merits. We don't have merits at all. I don't know. Okay, that's the build the auto rifle. Yay! Ah, it's working fine. Let's go get some merits. Let's take them all for once. Because we can actually. There's a goal we can have. Is to get more items. All right. I will just go around because of reasons. Where's the meeting? The meeting fatigue. No, along the right wall. Let's find one. Oh, that did nothing. Nothing to its own 3 then. Nope, that's the wrong one. They're playing 1 actually. That's vehicle pay. The one that's being used is first you find fantastic. If Brian left a message saying he was ready to meet up, you can just use the screen and remember to call him. There we go. Let's do this. So you find, there's the screen. Swim with the screen. So what you would need. I need you to come with me. Yes. Unfortunately, can't actually, can you go do something else? Oh yeah, it's a separate option. Yeah, two of you. And I make it one option. How you do that is actually by changing the event itself. So I need to work on that. Now we need to go someplace else. Whoops. Where's Simulates? I'll like practice. Well, they're just passes on the right, and then the third room on the right. Alright. Taxi room. I'm ready for a match. Let's do one for two peacemakers. Get more rewards. Yes. As you can see, that is my slightly this is my slightly dated way of making models. I mean, I'm making art for art making people where it's just depots. So yeah, enact, power, abilities, triple attack, abilities, also triple attack. Because of the rather unique way of how RPG Maker does combat, you're kind of forced to play by RPG Maker's rules, unless, of course, you do the stage left option and kind of, make a plugin to actually mess with how the combat works. So instead of using a system in my game, I'm having to modify it for RPG Maker, which is okay. It's not crazy, but it's okay. What's I can do on the ammo? Might as well repair. New character. That's something you figure out actually customize your character. But that's fine. You figure that out later. Basically, Turner Pirates have a battle rifle version of the AK-47, which was made after World War III, which is only really good for fighting power armor with bullet spam, and basically because only full rifle cartridges and above actually do damage to power armor. That's why pretty much everyone's forced to carry a battle rifle or above in order to deal with any power armor people that show up. Unless you're feeling lucky or you're not expecting to find any power armor people, like your opponents are just some random warlord or whatnot, then you might want to get away with using an assault rifle and pistol in normal pistol caliber with normal pistol ammo. But that's not always feasible. Okay, I want you to take cover. I want you to unrepair them. Now, I forgot if these guys are wearing semi-power armor or power armor. Chicken cover so get the fence up. Next. Full attack. Will juice replenishes based on taking damage and doing actions. Ammo replenishes on reloads. Okay, you know what, triple attack. And still, if you're wearing power armor, you should still feel like you should still feel like you're wearing power armor. Like, you can win against a two-player battle with one player. It's just really hard to, and you're pretty much going to have no health, especially if you don't have a repair ritual. So we're out of ammo, reload with food juice, unrepair some people, take their armor and give it your own. Basically, repair tools, or repair hero tools, use nanites to do their thing. Heal tools heal biology. Repair tools heal mechanology, I guess. Machines, pretty much. Repair. There we go. As far as the victorious 60 merits. Oh my word. That's not a lot of merits. What? Now we can buy? I don't think it's gonna matter. These are unbalanced prices, so, you know, it's whatever. You get new plates to repair yourself. Jeez, what battle for 1 new plates? That's horrible. It's selling guy. I can't sell the guy. It's stuff that comes with the guys. Okay, that's fine. That's not fine. It's fine. It's not fine. But anyway, so it's 12:22 Eastern Standard Time. That means it's time to play some Pokemon. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. Because the people that want to actually see me play Pokemon probably want it, as well as I've been needing to play for a couple days. This was I just wanted to test out to see how the stream will do. Like how much views it gets, how long people watch it, if people enjoy this type of content on my channel. And it turns out you all really do. Okay, let me get my mouse over there. There we go. You all really do. Average watch time 29 minutes. That's actually really good. Current viewers 1, hi, and playback 6. That's actually not bad. That's actually more than what Final Fantasy 8 got on its first stream. So yeah, thanks for everyone for watching this. I'll definitely do it more now that seeing that you all seem to like it. And yeah, again, and thanks to Samuel K for talking during the stream and probably still watching it. All right, so I'll see you all in the Pokemon stream coming up right next. Might be a little break, but we'll see. All right, so that'll be it for the stream. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate watching this stream and / video. It means a lot to me. Must mean a lot to me if you were to check out Deviant Art, where you can actually, first off, check out in the description below. You can check out my Google Drive where you can download the demo. I'll work on it some more off camera and maybe another stream to get it to a good point where I want to actually upload it on Google Drive again. But you can check out the demo from before where we started, and you can mess around with the text, and that's pretty much all you can do. So I'll give you. So basically, I'll flush out the shop, make everything a bit better, and see what happens next stream. We'll see what happens next stream. I don't want to make any promises for next stream because this content is basically just stuff where I come on and I just want to hang out, relax, do some of my work, which would usually be off camera, on camera, and yeah, see, get your opinions on it and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, and also you can check out my Deviant Art account for pixel art and short stories. So far, I've been posting pixel art of Ruby and Pokemon, and short stories have been my Ruby fanfiction, and there's some episodes. But again, I've been kind of behind on Deviant Art, which I need to get back to it. I've been wanting to get back to it, but not yet. I might get back to it after the Pokemon stream today, but we'll see. All right, that'll be it for the stream. Also, check out my first book, which is what this is based on. And the game will be based on in general and the setting and whatnot. And my first book is Their Story Life in War 2040s, where we follow these clients with friends to go on missions to maintain the goal they have built over the last 15 years. And like major events in that book that are actually in the game right now is this hallway, is this lobby, is her, and the Tycom offices. I also change how you end the tech demo. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense anymore since you're no longer just blind. You're yourself. And Green&Blue as a peacemaker. But yeah. I might need to make other tech demos for like the Pirates and the other Grand Unions as well. So I get an experience what their stuff is like. But maybe I should just stick with Green&Blue for now. What's the most fleshed out of the world? I mean, of the setting, but anyway. check out my book on Amazon. You don't need to buy it if you don't want to. Buying it's basically just for getting the physical copy and helping fund the channel. You can also get the PDF for free if you want to just read it digitally, or just want to read it. Want to see if it's worth your time and money to have it on your shelf. But anyway, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you next game.